Hello, everybody, and welcome to Chapter Select, a seasonal retrospective podcast where we bounce back and forth between a series exploring its evolution, design, and legacy. For this season, we are covering the Metroid Prime franchise. My name is Max Roberts, and I am joined, as always, by Logan Moore. Hey, Logan.
It's time to get corrupted.
Dun, dun, dun!
By a weird pink goo that slowly... Or not pink, purple goo that slowly enlarges on, I don't know, what is this goo on Samus in her body?
It's it's like in her organs. It's internal.
Okay.
She's infected. That's the whole point.
Yeah, but it was undefined what it was on. Is it on her stomach? Is it in her heart? Is it
It's
on
just
her
in her
kidneys?
body. I don't know. It's in there somewhere.
She's becoming corrupted.
We're here to talk about Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. For the Nintendo Wii, what a game. We're like at the end, but not at the end of this season.
I was going to say, we had just talked about this before. So at the time of recording here, Metroid Prime 4 still exists. It's a game that will be out, but we don't know when it's going to come out.
People have even played it.
That's true. People have played it. I know somebody who's played it. So to us, this is the final episode because, you know, we're done. There's not another game for us to play at the moment, but there will be.
Soon.
We just don't know when.
Theoretically.
Yeah.
It was rated in South Korea.
There's posters up in the United Kingdom saying that the game is out now. Go play it.
In Europe. They can play now.
A few months ago. Yeah, so we're gonna obviously come back and do a final episode for Metroid Prime 4, but we don't know when. And none of this matters to you listening because we'll have already figured it out by the time that this episode is out. But It's still fun to know when we're recording these things, I guess.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's taken us almost 2 years just to play 5 Prime games, which is a shocking turn of events. We played 10 Pokemon games within 9 months, and it's taken us 2 years to play 5 Prime games.
The things that you can do when you don't have a family.
Yeah, it's amazing.
For me, it's been. I mean, that's a lot of why I know we've slowed down as I've gotten married and have moved twice, sold a house, and a lot of things going on. So
lots happening.
Max, let's get right into it though. This will be our penultimate episode here of season 7 of Chapter Select. In Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, Max, wouldn't you know it, Retro Studios developed this game. They released it on the Nintendo Wii on August 27th, 2007. The game director was Mark Pacini, and the producer was Kensuke Tanabe. And then the music was done by Kenji Yamamoto, Minako Hamano, and Masaru Tajima. The Metacritic score on this one was a bit lower than Prime 1 and Prime 2, but still very high overall. It's got a 90 out of 100. Max, let me actually start with this one because this is the only game all season where I can say I have a history with this game.
Yeah, go for it. Tell me.
And I don't know if I've told this story yet in this season because we've recorded these so distant from one another. But I don't think I have because I've been saving it for this. When I was a kid, I was really looking forward to Metroid Prime 3. I'd never played any of the others, but the hype cycle for this game really grabbed me, and I was like, I got to get this game. So I don't know how. I got the release date mixed up though, and I thought it was out on the 26th. And one day when I got out of school on the 26th, I think I would have been in 6th grade. I told my mom, we got to go to Walmart because I want to buy this game. And we get there, and even though it is August 26th, somehow it's on the shelf already. And I try to go purchase it, and then the Walmart cashier says, "Oh, this game's not out, blah, 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 blah." Somehow I convinced them to sell it to me though. Like nowadays this wouldn't happen, but back then I was able to somehow convince the Walmart manager that no, the game is actually out today, I swear. And I was not lying. I genuinely thought that was true. And it wasn't until I got home that I was like, oh no, it's actually out tomorrow.
So they just overrode the system and were like, all right, here, and take it.
Yeah, somehow I guess they were able to sell to me. Obviously, it shouldn't have even been on the shelf yet, I mean, sometimes they put games out early, but
sure, yeah,
they don't. So yeah, I don't know how this game came out for me on August 26th, 2007, not the 27th, like what it was for everybody else. I did end up playing through this, but this is the only Metroid Prime game I had played prior to doing this season with you. And I got to the very end of the game, lost the final boss fight. And if you lose the final boss fight, you don't just start over at the final boss. At least in the original version of the game, you don't. Maybe they changed that for a trilogy with a checkpoint or something. You have to start over from the start of phase, which means you have to go through all of those sections there to get to the final boss. Yep. I distinctly remember that because that happened to me and I was like, I think I'm good. And I shut the game off and I never played it again. So I never actually beat it until today, the day we're recording this, was the first time I finally beat it. And I was like, all right, there we go. Finally put this one to rest after, over almost 20 years now. So
it's interesting how we both have a story where we got basically to the end of a Metroid Prime game and then just stopped.
Yeah.
Because I never beat one. Like I got to Meta Ridley, I think, and just couldn't beat him. So I was like, I'm done.
To be fair, that's not the best parts of these games, I don't think, but
No, but it's interesting that we both have the same, the same story. For myself, I did not get a Wii until just before Brawl came out. So that would have been...
Was that 08? I want to say
so
February.
So it came out in
08?
March of 08. I want to say we got a Wii in like February of that year, of like a month prior, in San Antonio, Texas. It was still hard to get a Wii then, and we went to a GameStop before dinner. They didn't have any, and somehow I convinced my dad to go back to the GameStop after dinner as if something had changed in the last 90 minutes. We ate at an Olive Garden, and someone had just traded a Wii in. And so we bought this Wii in San Antonio, Texas, used, along with Wii Play, because it came with an extra Wii remote, and Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Long story to say that I did not have a Wii when Prime Corruption came out, but a year later, the trilogy came out. And I was like, now I have an excuse to get Corruption and 1 and 2 with Wii controls. So I played a little bit of Corruption at the time. So I got to Skytown because I remember the rails, but I don't really remember much of the game before that either. So it felt like eerily familiar as I played it this time, but I didn't remember it in detail. And I didn't get very far in Skytown. So for the most part, I really hadn't played this game. And it was nice to come back. I played it on my Wii, played my copy of the trilogy on the Wii, on my big old TV in 4K, and it was a good old time. I played it the way Reggie intended.
I was trying to figure out why I wanted this game so badly, because I had obviously never played any of the Metroid Prime games before.
Do you think?
And I know exactly why it was, why this was. I was sitting here just now and it hit me. And it's because there was nothing really out for the Wii. It was the first year of the console. You had Wii Sports, you had Twilight Princess there at launch. And then there were some things afterwards, like I remember getting WarioWare Smooth Moves, but like the big Wii game on the horizon for the first year after the Wii was out, because the Wii came out in 06. So that 2007 year, the big game was Galaxy, but it was November when Galaxy released. So like I wanted something to tide myself over on the Wii, and there wasn't really anything else.
Kind of interesting that this came out
in that launch window.
Well, it came out, in the launch window within the first year, but also like 3 months before Galaxy as well.
Yeah.
So like that was a good closing year. Recently, I watched basically all of Nintendo's E3 press conferences from about 2006 up through their last one with the Wii U. So that was kind of interesting to just see basically the Wii's life cycle kind of played out. And Reggie talked about how in one of them, I forget, probably the '07 or '08 E3, how they hit home with major franchises within the first year, and Prime obviously was the example. And these two quotes from E3 '06 and E3 '07, because I remember the marketing for this game being pretty strong. I do remember the marketing for it.
There was definitely a "we would like to play" commercial for this game, I think.
Yeah. But Reggie said in 2006,
"It's both the new Metroid and the most intuitive first-person shooter ever."
And then Bill Trennan, so that was in '06. That was before the Wii even came out. So they were obviously hyping things up. And then in E3 2007, Bill Trennan said,
"I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the gameplay from the Metroid Prime series by now, but with the Wii Remote, Metroid now offers the best first-person control on any console, period."
I don't disagree with Bill on that one.
They said that a lot, though, too. I remember them saying that a lot about, like, the third-party games, though, too. Like, you can play Call of Duty 3. It controls better than on any other platform, only on Wii. Like, that first whole year, they were really trying to lean in to the shooters, really trying to make that their home, which they did not become, but
it was, and the Wii Zapper, they pushed that super hard up front.
Remember the Conduit?
Yeah, the Conduit, dude. There's Nintendo Power issues behind me, filled with full page ads of the Conduit.
Yeah, dude.
Dead Space Extraction. It's so interesting to go back and see how they were trying to cater to this Xbox and PS3 kind of market while also tackling this whole new group of players from the young and the old. And obviously they succeeded in that realm while not necessarily succeeding in the shooter realm. But this game plays really well from a first-person shooter mechanic, I think, perspective with the Wii Remote. Like, it actually it's basically mouse controls, but on a console back in 2007. We didn't even need to turn the Wii Remote sideways to use it.
I mean, I obviously did not use the motion controls. I haven't mentioned this yet in this episode, but I again used the Steam Deck, the trusty old Steam Deck. Honestly, I wanted to mention this too on this episode before I forget. Shout out to everybody who developed Prime Hack. It's genuinely so fantastic. Like, that is such an amazing piece of software to play those games through. Like, it's really, really impressive what they've done. Those games, I really can't think of anywhere else I'd rather play them than how I played them on my Steam Deck. It's great. And there was some weird stuff with corruption because there's some like motion control prompts throughout the game. And so like sometimes those would pop up and I'd have to figure out how those related to, or how you controlled those with the Steam Deck with traditional controls.
Right.
But I was always able to figure it out. It's pretty straightforward. But yeah, I do. I mean, again, this is the one game I have played on Wii as well, and I remember thinking the same thing, that like it controlled very well, and I loved how the nunchuck was the was the
grapple.
Yes, I kept wanting to say whip, and I'm like, that's a Castlevania thing. No, yeah, the grapple. I loved how that felt. I really enjoyed that when I played it on Wii back in the day. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like this, I think that was my big takeaway from this game, having played it back in the day. It was that the Wii controls worked really well, and it makes sense that they then, went and brought over the first two games to Wii after that. So
it is. I was shocked at how well it played. I do want to point out that you played the mainline games, not including Prime 1 Remastered, because that you just played on Switch. But you played 2 and 3 through Prime Hack. And then I played them on original hardware. But when it came to Prime Hunters, I'm like, I can't play this on original hardware. And I had to hack my 3DS to oblivion to
and that was the one I stuck with
nubbin.
and played it on DS with.
And you played it original.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think I just got used to the controls on that. Like, after I forced myself to kind of get used to them, but I mean, that was not
sicko behavior.
The smartest thing. That was definitely sicko behavior. I do agree with you on that.
But I I thoroughly enjoyed the pointer controls in this game. It definitely broke my muscle memory, though, like how to equip certain visors and things like that. Like that did take a bit of adjusting, but it's almost shocking how good it feels for being an almost 20-year-old video game.
I agree.
I'm blown away, and this is the type of thing that makes me excited for Prime 4 because it will have obviously proper dual analog first-person shooter controls. It'll have mouse controls.
I was going to say mouse controls now.
But then, if it's anything like Prime Remastered, which I assume it will be, it will have pointer controls as well, just because of the gyro and the Joy-Cons. And so, Retro knows how to make the game feel good in a way that is not so twitchy like a Call of Duty or a Battlefield or a Fortnite or what have you. But it fits in the realm of a first-person adventure, which is what they really were pitching the original Prime game as. And just feeling so stinking smooth on console, which is not a place you would, especially if you cut your teeth on games like Doom and Wolfenstein, or you played Call of Duty and stuff on PC. It feels so good. I'm shocked.
It makes me wonder why we didn't get Prime 4 already back on the Wii. Like, because when you look at what they did next, it was, I know this was not retro, but Other M is the next Metroid game after this. I mean, a trilogy, yes, but then Other M.
Well, if you're looking at just Metroid, yeah. I mean, so Other M, I do have a soft spot for. I have not played it in a very long time, so that soft spot may be just rose-tinted glasses. But if we can take what Reggie said in an E3 as truth, is they went to Retro to ask what they wanted to do next, and they went Donkey Kong, because the next game that Retro made, besides, I believe, helping with Mario... I guess Mario Kart 7 was later, but Donkey Kong Country Returns. So they went a completely different direction, which, I mean, I'm grateful for it because it led to Tropical Freeze.
Which was, I was going to say, that's a great game. Like, they totally, it's one of those things where, like, a lot of video game companies do this sometimes where like, Naughty Dog's a good example. Like, how have we not gotten another Uncharted game cooking? At least not that we know of right now. Like, that's such an obvious thing that you feel like PlayStation should be like, okay, well, Naughty Dog, you don't want to make an Uncharted game? Cool. That's fine. Somebody else is going to. I think the reason that, we haven't had Prime 4 is just because these games don't sell well. Metroid games never sell well, combined with the fact that the Wii...
They didn't until the Switch.
Yeah.
Now they sell well. And so...
Well, they sell well for the franchise, not compared to every other property at large.
I'm... what you just said takes me back to that PS2 and even Wii era, I mean PS3 and that sort of stuff, twofold with this game. Both just how it felt like almost every game at the time had the character option where they would be like corrupted or have dark powers at some point. I think heavily of Jak 2, like dark corruption or Force Unleashed and things like that. Like, let's be a bad guy. You have bad Infamous. Have bad powers.
Prototype. Did you say that?
A prototype. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That takes you back. But then also if you're not going to make it, we'll have someone else make it, which happened all the time in Sony's camp, right? There are plenty of Daxter or Lost Frontier. There was, I think, a few Ratchet games. Sly Cooper eventually was made by a different company. And then so Metroid, like you said, Other M, they brought in Team Ninja for that one. And then Metroid had other games throughout the years, but they never properly went back to Prime. And they tried. right? And I imagine we'd talk about this more in our Prime 4 episode, but they tried to go without them. And then they scrapped it all and went back to retro. And I think
I was going to say that, yeah.
probably, for lack of a better term, dictated that this is what they're working on, because retro hadn't really made anything since Tropical Freeze. It kind of probably were. Retro is notorious for having a lot of projects in the works and kind of figuring out what they want to do next. So it feels like they've almost kind of been forced to make Prime 4.
I mean, they had to totally staff up. I remember when they announced that they were switching development to retro for Prime 4, that like there was a lot of job listings that they had to post. Like they had to totally work their studio back up into being a Metroid
first-person studio.
Yeah, it's because they had strayed away from it for so long. Like
they were helping make Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS. They made obviously the Donkey Kong games. So it's just. So when we didn't get a Prime 4 sooner, I think it's because Nintendo was exploring other options. We obviously got Dread, Samus Returns,
Federation
on the
Force,
3DS, Federation Force with Prime. I think though with Prime specifically, they clearly did not know what to do because retro was doing something else, and so they dabbled with Federation Force / Blast Ball, this first-person thing. I don't know, Prime was like this subsect of Metroid that just kind of got lost in the wind. Other M does have some first-person elements at a few moments, but it is... I don't know, it kind of got lost. They cranked out the first 3 within, 6-7 years, and then nothing. I mean, it's taken almost that long to make Prime 4.
Yeah, I guess it really, I mean, part of what I had said before about like, why didn't Nintendo go to somebody else and say, you're going to make a Metroid game? I guess that's kind of what they did because that's what Other M is. But you would have thought that just because of how, again, like Metroid Prime 3 plays great, you would have thought that they would have gone to somebody else and be like, make a game in this style. But like, I don't know, maybe they felt like, Retro owned that style. Maybe Retro voiced that they didn't want anybody else doing something in that style. And it wasn't until 10 about 10 years later with Prime 4 that they're like, okay, now we'll give this to who's the original developer? I want to say like a Bandai Namco studio or something.
I think was the original,
something like that. Yeah. So,
but you also have to think that they did do the trilogy, which did bring motion controls to 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So that was kind of new in that sense and a good way to resell those games. But Metroid also has this interesting history of people want it to be a 2D game as well, or an exploration, side-scrolling 2D adventure game. And famously, Prime 1 launched the same day as Metroid Fusion. And I think what they tried to do with Other M, not to completely be sidetracked here, but they tried to kind of fuse that, right? It had first-person, third-person, high-energy action, but they tried to up the cinematic part of it, which I think is a big problem actually here in Corruption, like a ROM lesson that they took. And then the Wii U is obviously a struggle platform, so they pour their next Metroid efforts into the 3DS, and then we have Dread, which is quite successful, and now Prime remastered, and so things are like looking up again. And they announced Prime 4 early on in the Switch's life before.
It was the first year. It was like it'd been out for like 3 months and they announced it. So
yeah, so it's always been looming, but I think they tried to go back to that more 2D style, and it didn't necessarily work, at least on the Wii. You have hardware curses and then IP curses, I think, kind of looming over this game.
I think we've really not talked about the game itself at all yet. And
we talked about its controls.
Yeah, we have. I'll kick off this discussion, though, just broadly, like what our own takes are after having played this one. Max, this is my favorite Prime game. This is my favorite one.
Oh, wow.
And I know this is like often the least favorite of people.
Yeah.
I appreciate how much more linear this game is, but it's still got all of the Metroidvania staples to it, But coming off of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, it really feels like, even though that game is about as acclaimed of a video game as you can get, and people really praised it, it really feels like Retro knew, like the George Lucas thing. I may have gone too far in a few areas. Like, it feels like they really knew that game's format and the style of the light world and the dark world, and like how much backtracking is in that game, was a problem. And they really tried to condense it a little bit here in 3, which I appreciate. There is still backtracking in this game. You know, you've got to go you'll be on one planet sometimes, and they'll be like, hey, go back to your ship, and you've got to go back to the planet you were on before. There's actually an upgrade there that you have to get now. And so, like, there are those elements to it still, but I think it's so much less egregious than how it's approached in Prime 2. And to some extent, Prime 1. I think Prime 1 is better with the backtracking stuff, except for the huge fetch quest. Yep. When you have to do the big fetch quest at the end of that game, it is grueling. So I appreciated the somewhat more linearity that this game presents, while still having all of the Metroidvania trappings that you would want from a game like this. It feels like a healthy balance. This is what I really, really hope Prime 4 is like more kind of in the mold of.
I want to share a story.
Share away.
So I want to talk this out, because I think there's 2 interesting ways to look at this experience in the game. So I really struggled with the linearity in this game, both from a just overall world design structure of the way that the planets themselves are split up on the map, and then how the planets internally are split up. But we can save that for the world design part. But when you're in the second world, Skytown, I was writing in my notes, I'm like, gosh, we're just like on rails. My ship is broken. I literally cannot leave this planet anymore. The sky rails were what triggered this, because they literally are a path that you ride to the next spot. Like, you can't, in a Metroid game, you'd explore the in-between, right? But you can't do that there. I'm like, this is just so antithetical to a Metroidvania design of exploring, getting lost, getting stuck. Well, then I decided to, like, once my ship was repaired, I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm gone. I don't want to be here right now.
Ditching Skytown? You hate Skytown?
Well, I just wanted to go. I knew I had powers that I wanted to go use somewhere else. And so I left. And that led me to the Ice Brio hidden area where you get the screw attack. And I was like, oh, this is cool. I left. I found this thing. Oh, it's a new move. Or, you know, it's a classic move. And then when I left, so I got the screw attack and I left, and I was going to go back to Skytown. The AI thing chimes in and says, oh, you could go explore this derelict spaceship if you want, the Valhalla. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I wish that I could have found the Valhalla naturally, but that's not possible given it's a completely separate map. So I went and did that. I had, however many power batteries at the time, so I did that. And then later, so I was enjoying that. I'm like, this feels like Metroid. But then later I found out that I'm like, oh, I literally just conveniently left when I had to leave. Like I could not go anywhere else in Skytown. I had to get the screw attack. And if I had stayed there, the robot would have told me I have to go look here to get the screw attack. And I really struggle with that because later in the game I was doing cleanup, just picking up collectibles.
Did you shoot all the satellites into the sky?
Yeah, shot all the satellites in the sky. So I was fighting this mini boss, Hatcher Metroid, before I figured out how to kill him in one hit. And the robot AI tutorial voice chimes up in the middle of this fight. Like, this is not the time to talk to me. It's like, hey, maybe you want to go look over here, like this planet where the main path was. I'm intentionally finding other stuff. It's like, hey, maybe you need to go over here. Go over here. Stop fighting this thing. Go over here. I'm like, I don't want to. Just let me explore. And so the game has the Metroid parts, I think. Like when you leave the main path, you can kind of get lost a little bit. But the game doesn't want you to leave the path to the point of like interrupting you in the middle of a boss fight to tell you where to go.
The previous games do that too, but it lets you get way more lost and like confused before it chimes in. This game doesn't. Like once it's ready to push you in the next direction of like where the upgrade is, it tells you pretty quickly like, hey, there's nothing more for you to do here. But I appreciate that. Otherwise, I'm just roaming around the pirate homeworld when I need the acid armor and there's nothing else for me to do there necessarily. Like for them to say, hey, I know the acid armor's on that planet, I think.
The acid armor's there, but the spider ball is not. And so
yes, the spider ball is what you need. So I appreciate them saying, get off this planet, go back to where you need to be.
But I feel like that's like that's almost like an excuse in design. Like it should be designed in a way where you would naturally just go explore these other places. And I think because everything is so spread out so far, it's hard to know where to go. So they just put a big old neon sign about where you need to go. And
I think that the reason they do that too is because that there are the planets in this game. Like this is the big difference from the previous two games where it's just one ginormous world that you are traversing. And obviously those locations are split up into different hubs and different biomes and stuff like that. So each place feels distinct to some degree, but like this game takes it a completely different direction with the planets being their own individual levels. So I do understand like them wanting to more clearly tell you which planet you probably need to be going to, because otherwise it could have gotten pretty confusing pretty quickly if you're, running around on Skytown for 30 minutes, even though the item you need is tucked away somewhere on Brio or something like that. Like I get that. I do agree with everything that you were saying though. It happens a little bit too quickly that the AI.
It's a chatty game.
It is. The other thing I want to say about its linearity. I think this game is so clearly inspired by Halo. Like everywhere. Everywhere. This game is so inspired by Halo 2. It's actually crazy. Like, I don't know how I didn't notice this when I was a kid and I played this, but like Halo 2's DNA is all over this game. Like the way it looks, you talked about the larger emphasis on story and stuff like that. The first area, what's the first major area you're in? Is it Norion or whatever?
Yeah, Norion.
Yeah, like that, the landscapes there where you see a bunch of ships fighting off in the distance and Ridley's flying around and space pirates are flying around.
You're literally with the Space Marines.
Yes. I'm like, dude, this is Halo 3. Halo 3 wasn't out at this point, but so Halo 2 was what would have inspired it. But there's a lot of stuff in Halo 2 that clearly influenced retro. And I think that's why they went more linear with it as well, because they're like, what's the most popular shooter on the planet at the moment this game is in the works? It is Halo 2. And they're pretty similar in terms of like...
There's voice acting and cutscenes and characters.
10 times more than ever before.
Oh, yeah. So I think they're leveraging the power of the Wii, right? They're like, oh, we can do these things now. And then they're totally inspired by not only Halo. I think there's some Mass Effect in here. Like the tiniest bit. Like the different hunter species and things like that. Like they're trying to build.
Well, I don't think that game was out yet. Is the thing.
Was Mass Effect not out?
Weird. Yeah, Mass Effect wasn't even out.
Okay, never mind. It's just Halo then. It's very sci-fi-y, right? And I think there's an early part, like in the tutorial area, the cutscene where you're like meeting these other hunters, and they're talking about we have these AIs and they're infected and we have to get a cure. We'll all split up. And I wrote down, I said, there's an ice hunter, a transforming hunter, and a cyborg hunter. I assume all of them get infected somehow in our boss fights. And it's like, yep, that's what they are. And they have little mannerisms. I kind of really thought that the AI was going to get, I mean, I guess it did get corrupted and it is the final fight, but I kind of thought we were going to have a mother brain situation where it was in a tube. But that didn't really happen. It's very, Metroid's usually you're isolated, you're alone. You're all by your lonesome. And this game is so crowded in comparison to that. And it tries to be like the big sci-fi stuff of the time. Like you could talk to other soldiers while you're walking around areas, but they say like one or two lines. I don't know.
I will say
they tried.
I appreciate that though, because I think I like the isolation of Metroid. I like that that's one of its big kind of like feelings and themes that it gives you across a lot of the different games. But for how often, you know, space pirates and the Federation are like always referenced and always talked about and referred to in all the other games, you really never see them. And so it's kind of like, okay, I'm tired of hearing about like the space pirates. You see obviously much more because you're fighting them, but like them as this like looming threat across the galaxy that needs to be taken out. Like that stuff is talked about in so many different Metroid games, and you never really get an idea for like what this conflict really looks like. So with this game kind of diving into that conflict a little bit more, I actually really liked that, because otherwise it's just, you know, Samus, we're the Federation. Please come to this planet and help us. Oh, now I will investigate the plight of the bug people on this planet. Like that's like how Metroid Prime 2 is. Like it starts off very Federation focused, and then all of a sudden you take a big detour into some bug people lore, and that's how the rest of the game is pretty much spent. So like I like that it's a little bit more of the central focus of the story. Does the story work? Is the narrative good? No, the voice acting's not good either. Like all of these elements are not great, but I do like that it's kind of the focus this time around. Plus, this is the end of the trilogy, so they're kind of trying to go a little bit more bombastic. They're trying to lean into there's a huge war. This is the final clash between Samus and Dark Samus is starting to control the galaxy via these seeds and is taking over people and stuff like that. It's corrupting everything. Like that's the whole crux of the game. But if there's nothing to really corrupt,
but I feel
like
guess
you don't just see that.
I feel like you could just take the Federation out, like all the stuff you do on the opening of the ship, and just say, "Hey, we're sending, you know, you four to these planets to stop these seeds or whatever." The rest of that story unfolds though on those planets where you're learning about you, especially in the pirate homeworld, you're learning about, or the Valhalla, how the seed went to the pirate homeworld and took over the pirates, and they're attacking all those are just cutscenes that are stylish. Nothing's really happening. And I don't think, like, maybe the Federation just needs to go away, because there's nothing
wrong. Next, we need to make a Federation Force game where you are the Federation and you're in a mech. We need to quadruple down on it with 4-player co-op or whatever. 3-player co-op.
It just feels so empty in this, I don't know. And you're talking to these mother brain AI things that are so clinical because they're AIs. I get it. I feel like Samus could have just intuited all this stuff on her own and didn't need constant instructions from a military that clearly can't do anything without a single bounty hunter, apparently. So
I mean, this is I'm praising like these elements being in this game, but to be honest, like this is all the stuff I hate about Metroid. Like I was kind of a Metroid hater coming into this season. If I would have really like given you a good reason why, it would have been like, I think it's so boring. Like I think its world is so boring. I don't care about the last Metroid being in captivity or what. Like I don't like, I think its story and its focus and its world is so blech. Like it's like B-movie sci-fi level stuff.
I think it could be really interesting, and I think when you bring in like Space Marines, we lose a little bit about it, at least in such a direct role. Like the opening of Echoes, where you go to, and even Prime 1, it's iconic opening, you're going to a destroyed Federation ship outpost, and there's dead bodies everywhere, and you've got to figure out what's going on, what went wrong. That's cool. And when Samus is figuring this out by herself, and therefore you, the player, are figuring it out, that's exciting. And you're using the scan visor and finding out all this lore. The lore stuff on Brio is great, and it has nothing to do with anything. It's just this really cool story between, like cave people and scientists, essentially. And then the Chozo on Skytown's interesting because it ties directly into Samus herself. And then obviously the Pirate Homeworld, you get all this cool space pirate lore that tells more of the story. And the Federation doesn't do anything in the final confrontation at all either. You just get to use a big space whale. I think Samus is better by herself figuring these things out.
Let me ask you this. This is very off topic in this discussion of Prime 3, but like, is this where Dread kind of succeeds more? Like, because she is totally isolated in that game, right? And she just ends up on this planet with like crazy robots.
Yeah, so
stuff, right?
Dread's definitely more the classic Super Metroid type of formula alone. There are some instructions. There's a computer that tells you, what you got to do, where you roughly have to go. But it doesn't just bug you all the time, as far as I remember when I was playing it. It's certainly not like a Metroid Fusion where Adam is telling you all the time where you need to go. Or Other M, where they're telling you where you need to go.
I'm curious
they need
where
to stop
they'll
telling
land.
people where to go.
It's like the people were getting mad about Atreus spoiling all the puzzles in Ragnarok and blurting out the solutions right away.
Yes, it's just, you got to trust the player a little bit. Dread mostly succeeds, though, in just gameplay and letting you do things and having a really slick combat system. That's a good game. It's a fun one, for sure.
As the final chapter of the Metroid Prime trilogy, though, like, how do you feel about this wrapping up this Dark Samus arc that has taken a place across, mainly Echoes and Corruption, but it has roots back to the first game as well. Like, I think the final boss fight's pretty lame. We could talk more about the bosses here too, but like, I like Dark Samus splitting themselves into multiple clones, and then you've got a bunch of different versions of Dark Samus to worry about. I think that's really cool. But the boss fight just kind of devolving into, I'm going to hop into this weird robot head thing and try to fight you, Samus. Like, it's not great.
I think all the bosses in this game are super easy. All of them.
Yeah, I was going to say the most easy of them all is Omega Ridley, which is so disappointing. Like,
and you know what? They really, I've given the game's talking. It talks a lot, and there's a lot going on, like a hard time. But dude, the opening with Ridley, the opening part of the game, pretty sick.
When you're falling down the shaft fighting Ridley?
Yeah, I think that's sick. That's very Gandalf and a Balrog. But also, like, when you're the morph ball rolling through and Ridley's attacking you from the top. Like, they really came out swinging with, like, a big cinematic opening with the villain, right? Like, the leader of the space pirates. And then you get to the end of the game, and the boss fight with Ridley is so easy and lame. It's like, we spent all the juice at the front here.
They give you so many powers by the end of the game that, like, you feel supremely powerful, but I feel like you feel as powerful as you do because they don't really know how to construct boss fights with the tools at your disposal. Like, the Ridley boss fight is really just like, hey, kick on your X-ray vision and you can shoot Ridley through the chest with your beams. It's like, well, what? Like, that's not very intuitive, but all right, sure. Like, I don't know. Every boss fight just kind of boils down to go into hyper mode with your Phazon powers and blast away. And that's kind of that.
That's the problem with giving the player an overpowered mode that they can activate on command, especially by the end of the game where it's tied to your health and you have 13 health tanks. It's like There's no real consequence here.
Yeah, they do give you health tanks, I feel like. They put them on the main path, I feel like, pretty frequently. Like, you don't have to go explore. Like, I found, I only ended up getting 70 out of 100 collectibles, but I think I got almost all of the energy tanks.
They're not hard.
I think as far as like the dark Samus element of this, like, they just end up being a lame villain. I like the idea of them corrupting Samus and trying to corrupt the galaxy. Like, it's a good idea for the story, but like, it just kind of devolves into nothing. You have one final battle and that's it. That's the end of it.
I think the problem is it's this idea of it's a sentient, like, evil thing, right? It's some sort of virus that's trying to spread itself, planet trying to spread itself through the universe. But there's no villain to, like, ground yourself to, really. It's just a clone of Samus that's evil. But I don't know. Even Ridley has, I think, more personality. Maybe just because it's a dragon who's too big for Smash until it's not. But I've just never looked at Dark Samus as, like, she was way more intimidating in 2 Echoes. This game, she's like this. She's a spooky ghost in this game, and I don't know. You're just like the feelings of an entire organism on a planet. I
feel like you really lay waste to Dark Samus far more brutally at the end of Echoes than you do this game.
Well,
but at the end of Echoes, it's like, nope, you didn't wipe out Dark Samus. She's still alive and out there. And at the end of this game, it's like, no, that's it. They're dead.
We blew up the planet
for good.
So it's good, gone for good.
You know, you do blow up the whole planet, so that's how they're gone for good now. But like, yeah, I think of the ending of 2 when, yeah, we don't know. I guess who's gonna be the villain in the new game? Probably
Silex.
Well, yeah, I guess Silex. Yeah. They gotta have.
I
Ridley
will.
show up, though.
Speaking of murder, you straight up murder these other hunters. Like,
yeah, you do. They really went on a kick between this game and Hunters to prove that Samus is like the best bounty hunter of them all. Like, you just take down other bounty hunters left and right across both of these games.
I straight up murdered Rotundus, the ice hunter. And then I wrote, Gore busted my ship, so I busted Gore. Like, you murder them. There's no try to save them. It is, I kill you. Which I think is kind of cool. A little intense, but cool. It just, the overall, it's certainly cinematic. The game is cinematic, but I don't think it says much of anything. It's flashy. It's kind of like Bayhem in a way. They're just like, if we make big explosion, it'd be good.
Big explosions are a hit with the fans. I mean, this came out during the Michael Bay era, so, you know, lots of explosions. I love a good Michael Bay movie, but that'll get people to buy the game. We've talked about the gameplay a little bit, mainly with the Wii Remote stuff. And yeah, like that's the big new thing of this game. We wrote down here some of the new mechanics. Obviously, the grapple's got a couple new uses in this game, which I think are pretty cool. You know, like charging up or draining the power out of various objects is not anything too crazy, but I do like that. You can like rip shields away from certain enemies and stuff like that now. And it's also used in puzzle solving a bit more, which is kind of cool.
This is where I think you and I had a very different experience with this. So obviously you had all of this on buttons.
Yes.
So every time you push a button, it worked.
I'm
out here in Waggle Land, which may or may not like reliably register that I'm trying to grapple something or pull something away. And this is where motion controls falls through the cracks a bit. And when it's a button press, it's always reliable that when I push this button, I will throw my grapple beam or I will retract it. But in Motion Land, it's not. And obviously, at a launch window title for the Wii, we've got a lot of motion-y things in this game. And the grapple hook being so vital to combat, from the smallest enemy with a shield to certain boss fights, having it not be 100% reliable when you throw or pull back the whip is very frustrating. That
Yeah,
is
I didn't even know
something.
that was a thing.
Yeah, it's so aggravating to like lose a time on a cycle in a boss fight because you can't get the whip to do what you want it to do. They made Motion Plus for the Wii remote, but they never made Wii Motion Plus for the nunchuck.
Then Nunchuck Plus.
It's cool, and it is they definitely wanted you are Samus, like, here, push buttons with your index finger or pull this lever. They do all of those types of things that you would have done on a Wii in the late 2000s. But the grapple in particular in combat scenarios, it's too vital a part of the combat for it to be so inconsistent, I think. But you
That
didn't
makes
even have
sense.
that problem.
I was gonna say, and that's one of those things where it's like we just played the game in totally different ways, and
Which is cool.
This is a sign for you to get a Steam Deck and install Prime Hack. So
No. See, I'll just buy it when it comes to Switch 2. It'll definitely come to Switch 2, right?
I mean, those remasters in the Twilight Princess and Wind Waker ports, they exist. So say so many people, but we've never seen them. The only other thing, we talked a little bit about the phase-on powers and the hyper mode stuff. Like, I think those are cool. I think some of them are underused though. Particularly like the missile. I feel like the missile you never use. Like the phase-on.
Only if you remember to use it. Just for fun.
Yeah, like there's a couple instances of where you have to use it to get through a certain area, but other than that, it's just kind of not there. The only thing it really wants you to do with your phase-on powers is to just blast away, fire very quickly. That's the thing you're doing most of the time when you kick those abilities on. So in that sense, it's just kind of,
but not too quickly.
I feel like they could have done more. Like there's certain instances too. Like I don't know what the like electricity style attack is when you get into the morph ball is called, but that's cool. That works great against Metroids. I use that a lot to kill Metroids whenever they would try to leech my health off of me. But other than that, I feel like they're all just kind of there for very sparse puzzle solving purposes, and that's kind of it.
They're just gatekeeping, really. They're just like, oh,
yeah,
until you get this power, you can't go this way. It's a fine system. It's meant to make you feel cool, and it does that.
I was gonna say I like that at the end of every planet, Samus does like a Iron Man style like chest unibeam blast and like unleashes a bunch of phase-on power on these seeds and destroys them, and then walks away as they explode in the background. Like that was very cool, but practically gameplay wise, I don't think there's a lot. And then I kind of feel the same way about the ship. One of my favorite parts of this entire game is when you are constructing, is it the bomb? I forget what it is you're constructing. Yeah, with the ship, and you have to get all the different pieces, and you have to get them in the right order, and they have to all go together, and then you deliver them with the ship. That's a really cool part of this game to me. And then you just really never use the ship again after that, especially on Pirate Homeworld. Like it's not a factor. I think there's one part where you have to use the ship, and then other than that, it's just totally not needed. And what's weird is like some of the additional upgrades and stuff that you can get throughout the game, like the ship missiles. I know that there are ship missile upgrades that you can find. What are those even there for exactly? Like,
so you can call missile strikes pretty much anywhere. So you can just like carpet bomb enemies.
But you have to be outdoors, right? Like you can't
you can't be inside somewhere. So it's
so like
situational.
It has a very limited use. Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like Skytown's the
great.
main area where you'd use it.
They're like, this will be cool. The ship is now like a thing you use. And I feel like the ship having the missiles, the crane, and I think there was one other thing the ship got. I forget. Just took 3 power-ups from Samus directly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of lame. I would much rather have had If you're going for this cinematic thing, I would have much rather had, like an opening and a closing gunfight section, like fly the ship around. Like that's what I would have preferred with the ship. And you spend a lot of time in it, and they try to make the inside of the hut.
You start the game in it. Like that's the first thing you do. Like and you think it's going to be a huge part of the game, and then it kind of just isn't. Like,
it's cool to be in the ship. It's cool to push the buttons. It just has a facade of being more important than it actually is in the game, which is kind of a bummer because it could have been really, really cool. But I don't know. They just kind of let you get some missiles for it, I guess. It's okay.
We've talked about a lot of the different areas in the game. Like naturally, we've various worlds that you can go to. How do you feel about them all, just in terms of their design, their look, as far as these traditional Metroid biomes?
Can I talk about just the overall flow of the galaxy first before we get into?
Yeah.
I talked about this a little earlier, hinted at it. I think so they go for scope, right? They're like, no, we're not on a planet anymore. We're on planets. We're in a galaxy. Even the planet homeworld, the pirate homeworld, is in a different galaxy. There's all this intergalactic travel. They try to make it feel big while still being a Prime game. But it's too disjointed, I think. You have too many layers to the whole thing. So there's the galaxy, right? So the multiple zones are galaxies. Then the solar system, which is where your primary planets are. Then the planet. And then 3 to 4 landing zones in each planet, which are, for the most part, not actually all interconnected or observable from the ship map, which you have to land in these pre-designated spots. So if you forget exactly which landing zone you needed to get to.
Oh, I did plenty of times. It happened.
You land in the wrong spot. Then
Yes.
you get in the ship and you have to go fly somewhere else or make a very long track. Some of the areas, Ice Brio in particular, is not viewable from the map. Like you can't just pull up the Ice Brio map, which was a struggle for me toward the end of 100% completion because there was a couple things in there that I missed. So I just had to go back and hope that's where they were. They try to make it feel big, but it's too disconnected. And that, I think, makes it just frustrating to navigate because it made it harder for me to remember where everything is because it's like, well, is it in this little quadrant of this planet in this galaxy? Or where have I been here yet? So that made it difficult. I would have much preferred if this was all just one big planet. Or each area had better fast travel, or each planet was actually fully interconnected. I don't know if this is a problem on the base game, because I think the first game is a single layer, but on a dual layered trilogy disc, the load times are pretty horrendous. So it just takes so much time. And the maps, there's just too many tiers to the map to navigate. And it found it frustrating and not very Metroid-y, because everything's kind of self-contained in chunks. As far as the vibes of each planet, I think they're all pretty good Metroid-y. Brio, I think, is very much like the first Metroid Prime, and that was smart.
I agree, yeah.
While Skytown is predominantly brown, I think the concept of Skytown is cool. It's Columbia before BioShock, before Comstock.
I was going to say, I think Skytown is the most memorable level in this game by a good amount. It stands out just for its layout and how you get around. I really like Skytown. It's confusing to navigate sometimes, and I do think that Brio is the most, like you said, kind of traditional Metroid style location in this game. But Skytown stands out to me. That I've even over the past 15, 20 years since I played this game, the section of Skytown is the stuff that I always have remembered from this game running around. I just think it's very distinct.
It's got great design. I wouldn't actually be surprised if BioShock looked at it for some form of inspiration when they were making Infinite.
Yeah.
It's a cool place. And then you learn that the Chozo were involved, and building it, that's like cool for a lore touch point. It's just very brown.
It doesn't look
in
great.
a lot of games at that time were brown.
I was going to say, again, borrowing some influence from Halo to some degree.
A little bit.
Although Halo did have a little bit more color, for sure.
Then there was the pirate homeworld. It didn't feel like a pirate homeworld. It felt like a pirate place. I don't know. It's cool,
it's
like visually. It's very Tron.
It has the least personality of any of the three sort of main planets in this game. I feel like there's really no, like, the more time I spent on Brio, I felt like I understood like the layout of that planet, and like I'm thinking of that's where you have to take down the anti-aircraft artillery and stuff like that, right? Yeah, like that. I feel like that you get a really good look at Brio and how it's kind of laid out and like what kind of a planet it is. Pirate Homeworld is just like you're in some random little bases. Like, yes, it's more like a pirate outpost than it is a whole
it doesn't feel
where
like
they hang out on.
Yeah,
and it doesn't, and especially when you begin the big assault sequence there near the end where they're like, all right, it's time for us to all go fight them. Like, you're just running through these very boring corridors and different like warehouse looking rooms. It's not great, for sure. So I do think though, generally speaking, like, is Norion the first one that I was kind of talking? Is that where you fight?
That's where you fight Ridley.
I like that one. I think that it's basically a tutorial, yes, but like that's a great tutorial area. I think that is like one of the better parts of the entire game is that first hour or two. I know it's very not the GFS Olympus. That section is very boring. But once you get onto the ground and they're kind of showing you the ropes and stuff like that, I think that as a tutorial area is actually pretty darn cool. And that's where I felt the Halo influence the most, for sure.
That's the most Halo-y bit, for sure. Now, speaking of influence, the GFS Valhalla is probably my favorite environment in the game.
It's very Dead Spacey.
Exactly, it's Dead Space. And it feels very Metroid. Do you remember that ship on, I think it's the upper right part of Super Metroid, which is technically kind of optional to go explore, and it's this crass, derelict science spaceship, and do you remember that? I forget the name of it, which is the unhelpful part of my memory. But anyway, there's like this optional-ish spaceship in Super Metroid that's a science thing. And this feels a lot like it. And what I like about Valhalla is you don't have to collect all of the artifacts to get to the story critical part. Now, if you use your energy cells in the wrong order, you will have to collect them all.
I made sure to look that up today before I dove into it, because I knew that I was like, if I don't go down the right path, I'm going to use my energy cells on the wrong thing, and then I'm going to have to go on a wild goose chase and get them all. And so I made sure not to do that. I wasn't trying to 100% the game. I probably could have, but I just...
So I did 100% it, and I wanted all of the energy cells, A, because I thought I needed them, and B, I really liked exploring that environment. So everyone's dead. There's Metroids everywhere, just a bunch of overpowered enemies. And it's this like busted spaceship with windows broken, so the vacuum of space is there. It's super cool and atmospheric, and I kind of wish they made a whole level out of it instead of this tiny spaceship. I like how it is segmented off by these energy cells, though, so like you keep getting little bits and more of the story. And if you do, I mean, you have to go there to get the code to launch the attack on the space pirates or whatever. So it's kind of fun.
Can I just say this real quick? Like, I get that it's a very Metroid thing to have like a fetch quest like portion of the game tucked away at the end. Please stop doing this. I hate it so much. It's the worst part of every game. And I had the energy cells like to go get the code very easily in this game, but it still is so...
I was doing it as I played, though.
Yeah, like it's easy
not
to
very
get.
Metroidy. It's a very primey. This is not a thing.
Yeah, it's very prime. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Very prime. I think this is the best version of the fetch quest.
I agree.
You don't need them all. They give you a lot of them on the main path.
They do.
Like, I think they make it easy enough for you to get to the code that you need, but if you want everything, you have to. There's one in Brio that is like you have to use your ship crane, so you have to go to one part of the planet, lift a thing up, go to the one in Brio is annoying, for sure, but the rest are pretty easy, and they don't get in the way, and they use it to tell a really cool environmental story about this ship getting taken over by the Phazon pirates and this AI being abducted, which explains the final boss. I think this is my favorite environment in the game, and I wanted more of it. I would love a spooky, eerie, Dead Spacey Metroid game. That would be kind of fun to just...
I mean, this is the area I remember the most from playing, too. It was Skytown in the GFS Valhalla. It stands out very, very much compared to every other environment across all of the Prime games, I think. Because this series... Metroid dabbles in like horror a little bit sometimes, but not too often, and it's usually for like very specific sequences. Like I think of like the section of Metroid Prime 1 where it like everything's dark and you have to turn on your
X-ray
visor to kind of X-ray to kind of see where you're going. That's like horror adjacent.
The first one was thermal, right?
I think so.
So Fusion is a horror game. Dread has horror elements.
Dread does too, I know that, yeah.
Yeah. But they all, it's like every now and then there's a horror thing. I actually think it could be really strong if they lean more into the horror stuff, because this game obviously was inspired by Alien at the time. So there's always like a twinge of it. But
what if I told you they're leaning more into psychic powers instead?
Okay. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see.
I think on the whole, like, so I've said this is my favorite Metroid Prime game, and I stand by that. But I do think each location being split up is both a positive and a negative for me. The thing that you mentioned that I definitely hated the most was, like you said, you don't remember which landing point is which. And the game doesn't tell you, and you can't see a map layout of like.
It's so bad that you can't see the layout. You can't zoom in on the planet from the ship selector map. Like, if you could just let me zoom in, and the name, when you're zoomed in all the way and, like, exploring the map, is different than the name when you're zoomed out picking the landing pad.
Yes. Yeah, it's very strange. That element of it I definitely hated because I landed at the wrong spot more than once in this game, for sure. But I don't know. On the whole, I like the idea, and I like the execution of it too, honestly. I don't know. I'm like back and forth on it because I really do think that a lot of the choices they make in this game, I agree with what you kind of said at the top. Like, they're not Metroid-y in some sense, but I think they work. And to me, I think that is really just because I did not hate Prime 2, but Prime 2 was just gaudy, dude. Prime 2 is like a video game player's video game. Like, it is dense and difficult. Like, and I don't need everything to be, easy and linear and very straightforward, but I really appreciated how much of a breath of fresh air this game felt compared to what we had played through in Echoes. So maybe I am just very high on this because of that. But I think that even the way that Retro designed this game, I think that it kind of shows that they felt like maybe they went too far with Prime 2 with the game's layout. I think there's a healthy balance. And the right answer is that Prime 1 is probably that healthy balance. Although the fetch quest and backtracking in that game is also out of control. So I'm so we'll talk about all this in a second with Prime 4 because I'm just so fascinated by like what that game's going to look like, and we'll talk about that here in a second. Music and sound design. Where'd you land?
I think it's the like least interesting of all of them.
Totally agree.
It is. the boss music is so low key and chill. There's no hype at all. There's some songs I liked. I liked the Skytown chanting with the choir. I thought that was pretty good. I thought
Yeah.
Skytown sounded good. But it just, I don't know. It just felt so uncinematic.
Yeah, there was like needle drop after needle drop in Prime 1 and Prime 2 where I was like, oh, I know this song. Oh, I know this song. Ooh, this song. Like, I had heard all of those songs at one point or another, independent of having played the Metroid games.
Right.
And in Prime 3, there was like none of those moments. I don't think the music is terrible. I do agree that it's far more reserved. The action music is pretty like generic sounding. Yeah, I mean the sound design, it's pretty similar to the previous games. Like, not any major strides I feel like taken on that front. Although I do think the phase on the hyper mode stuff sounds really cool. I like all of that. But yeah, music wise, the weakest of the main trilogy by far. And I don't even think it's a question.
Yeah, it's unfortunately lame, and especially when you think of the pedigree of the games before it, and then have come after it. That it's unfortunate that this one missed the mark so heavily in the music department. All right, I have one final beef. There's no escape sequence.
I was thinking about this.
I could not believe. Literally, a planet is blowing up. Like, guys, like, make me run back to my ship.
And it would have actually made for, usually I hate the escape sequences. So I was like, when I saw that there wasn't one, I was like relieved. But I think the dichotomy of landing on phase, having your hyper mode fully activate, and you're in permanent hyper mode while you're getting to the boss fight, and then having to get out and back to your ship with no hyper mode abilities and just your standard blaster and stuff like that. I think that would have made for a very interesting and like fun end of the game where you kind of get to use all of your abilities. Because that's the thing that sucks with phase there at the end of the game, is you're like, the hyper mode stuff is fun, and like that's, I don't have a problem with that, but you don't use any of your other main abilities that you have upgraded over the course of the game in that final stage. And so it's kind of strange in that regard. Having an escape sequence would have been a way to do that, as Samus uncorrupts herself. Now she's just
she just
normal,
like has the
moves.
will to remove a deadly virus inside her. I don't know. I could not believe there was no escape sequence, and I was quite disappointed.
An escape sequence probably made more sense in this game than it would have any of the others. Like,
especially when they like try to fake you out at the end too. They're like, "Any word from Samus?" It's like this long, like, "Nothing yet, sir." And then she flies out and gives you a thumbs up.
I was gonna say the ending of the game is very anticlimactic too. It's very hokey, like the standard ending, not the I guess even the secret ones and stuff like that aren't that great either.
No, the secret one is just Silex's ship, like following Samus's ship. That's it. It's like,
all there is to it.
So I don't know why we cut an escape sequence. That's no good, guys. It's Metroid.
The escape sequences stress me out too much, dude. So I'm glad, especially one of the ones, and I think it was Federation Force in that game. That stressed me the heck out. But even Hunters has a lot of them too. I guess they all do, except for this one. But I'll take it. All right, Max. What's this game's legacy? Is it that it doesn't have an escape sequence?
I think. I mean, the game's real legacy, I think, is that it gave us Prime 1 and Prime 2 with motion controls.
Yeah.
This feels forgettable, which is kind of sad. Like, there are pieces I will remember, but I won't think about this like Prime 1 or even Prime 2 with its decisions, right? To make it so interconnected and dense and dungeony.
and longer too. I think this
And
game has a
longer.
better. I think this game has a better
This has a good clip.
like,
This
run
game
time.
definitely has a
Like
good time.
we didn't talk about that, but like I think I hit it right at 10 hours, which felt good to me.
I
Whereas
had it
think-
at just under 13, but I 100%ed it. So,
Okay, that makes sense.
and
Yeah, I think
did you know game or not? Did you know gaming? How Long to Beat said it was like a 17, I think, hour game to 100%. I was like, you guys are crazy. But what I wrote down for real is it gave us one of the most intuitive first-person shooters ever from a control perspective, especially if it's just on console. But it sacrificed its identity as like a true Metroid experience in pursuit of a more guided, cinematic, and welcoming experience, because the Wii's target audience was new people.
Yes.
And I think this is a very approachable new Metroid Prime game for people, new gamers. It's almost like you would recommend playing 3 first to a new person, and then 2, and then 1. Almost.
Two feels like the most difficult one. I feel like
true,
two would be
but
so hard to
I
jump
guess so.
into.
3, 1, 2. But I think those sacrifices lean it into that unforgettable camp. But they crushed it in the gameplay department as far as feel, control, and even some of the ideas. This game will be. It paved the way for some of the great. Like, it made Prime 1 better. It made Prime 2 better. It's going to make Prime 4 better because of game design and mechanical decisions. But I think the rest of it is kind of just swing and a miss.
Yeah, I think the design is definitely tied to the Wii. Or the design. The legacy is definitely tied to the Wii and just how Retro designed it with the motion controls in mind. I think that's the biggest thing. Other than that, I mean, it's just, it has been the last Metroid Prime game other than Federation Force for the past, I mean, we're almost at 20 years. Like, this is 18.
Yeah, it doesn't
18
feel
this
like...
month.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
It's kind of absurd.
So, like, this really was the end of the series for a while there. Which I guess segues into what we're going to talk about now, which is usually we'd wrap up. But we're going to talk about Prime 4 here for a bit and just like what Prime 4 will look like. Because again, we've obviously seen the game at this point. We know that it's coming out here in 2025. And again, by the time you might be listening to this episode, you may have already played it for yourself or something. And if that's the case, you can turn this episode off now. But we wanted to talk a little bit about like, what are they going to do with Prime 4 now, like in the wake of these games? Because I think what you had just touched on is the thing that is so fascinating to me about that game is like, it's the 4th entry in a series, but it's also going to have to be a reset point now for the franchise as a whole. So like, are they going to make some sort of Metroid Prime 2 Ultra Metroidvania sicko game for sickos, or are they going to make something like pretty linear and palatable to a wider audience, kind of like Prime 3 is here? Like, I think the answer is they probably try to make it as similar to Prime 1 as humanly possible. I'm going to guess that's sort of the backbone they're trying to build off of.
We do know it's on one, or it seems to be on one planet. They're only advertising one planet. So already a big step in the right direction.
Yes.
Given that Retro also remade or remastered Prime 1, I mean, honestly, if you look at the technical details, it's more of a remake than a remaster to begin with. So at least Retro's been in touch. This new team at Retro, let's be clear, because they've had to hire a lot of new people. It's not all old guard. They are in touch with what made Prime 1 so special, besides the fact that they actually got it to work, right? So I think there's hope, and the fact that they've been working on it for so long, you would think it's pretty good from a design perspective. It looks sick. Let's just be quite honest. The cutscenes that they've shown off, they look like just slick enough, but not overbearing. The demos they've shown, the previews, don't seem too chatty. This is clearly the opening of the game that they're showing off. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that it's quiet, that we can explore, that there's new things to discover. I'm curious what psychic abilities have to do with anything in a sci-fi game. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful.
I mean, I think it looks really good. The biggest thing to me that has been a relief is that it's obviously going to be natively available for Switch 2. I was so worried, coming into this year, knowing that this game and the Switch 2 were both going to come out this year, if they would just, say, sorry, no support for the new system with this. But that's not the case. Like, this seems like it's going to be more of a Switch 2 game than it is Switch 1. I mean, obviously it'll work on both, but like, they're taking advantage of the new hardware. And as somebody who has the new hardware, like, I'm very excited about that. This will be a fun game to play on my new shiny console that I have. As for the game itself,
just like
yeah.
Corruption was for you on your Wii.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. It does seem like everything they've said so far is, and like you mentioned, they remastered Prime 1 before they
and allegedly 2 and 3.
Supposedly those two as well, even though they'll never see the light of day. I was reading some stuff about this game's story, and it's supposedly all on like a single planet. The single planet is all they've revealed. I think it like revolves around like a massive tree or something like that on this planet. So like, I don't know, like that's, if there's like a central point to the world, that's almost more like Prime 2, honestly, than it would be.
Yeah,
Prime
2
1.
had the hub world design.
But it sounds clearly the ship's not going to be playing a factor into this, and you're not going to be fighting space. I mean, you'll probably fight space pirates, but it feels like they're going in a lot of different directions, just with the story, and while also trying to get kind of back to the core of those first two games. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm hopeful for it. I'm curious to see like how it will do, because this game has been incubating for so long. They rebooted its entire development. Like, it's just such a fascinating game on so many different levels, just with how we've gotten to this point, and it's finally about to come out. And yeah, like, I don't know. I
think as far as its reception goes, it has the best chance ever. It's going to be on Nintendo's most popular hardware ever, and its brand new hot successor that is selling incredibly well out of the gate. Its remaster did well. The Metroid Dread did well.
Dread did really well, yeah.
They have the best chance. And they are making, clearly Retro still has the sauce, right? Because the game's beautiful. It's going to be 4K 60 on Switch 2 or 1080 120, which is the most gamer thing you could ask for with mouse controls. Like, they clearly still have it, which is great because they haven't done anything in a while. I don't know, it's one of those it's been so long kind of moments. Can it live up? And I think I'm coming in with checked expectations. Like, I just want to play a new Metroid Prime game, right? I just want to play something new from Retro. I don't think this is going to be the second coming of Prime 1 or anything like that. I would be great. But I think my expectations are in check, and I'm curious most of all. I think this is going to be a fun game to just soak up and explore and try to understand what happened as best I can.
I'll say this too, like you were talking about, like, there's been a lot of turnover at Retro. Obviously, all the people who made the main trilogy back in the day aren't still at the company, so this is going to be a lot of new people making this game. I will say, like, I'm not as worried about that as I would be with like some other franchises that have tried to do new entries or reboot after 10 or 15 years, because, and this isn't to, say that these games are easy to make by any means, but I think Metroidvania games have a little bit more of like a playbook that you have to play by. Like, there's a little bit more of like, you intrinsically know what you're setting out to design and like what the format of the game is going to be, and like developing with that in mind from the get-go. And so I think that these previous 3 mainline Prime games, like they can stick really closely to what was in those. And if they just push out a game that's similar to those, like everybody's going to be happy, you and me included. So like, I'm not necessarily worried that they'll somehow botch it. I don't know what they'd even have to do in order to screw up a game like this, to be honest, because it's going to be a Metroidvania game. Like, it's going to be a game of that genre. And, you know, Retro's always got a pretty high quality with their stuff. So like, I trust them. It's mainly just, is the new stuff going to be like, the only way it could be bad is if like the psychic powers are like boring to use or something like that, or, you know, like,
Sure.
like that's kind of it. Like, that's like the only concerns I have. Or if, you know, maybe Silex should have stayed trapped on a DS game and not have been thrust into the spotlight here. Like, but that's about it. Like, I think everything that they've shown so far looks really good. Like, I can't see them screwing it up.
One can hope. One can hope.
The next episode of this season is going to be Metroid Prime 4. How did they botch this? What have they done?
Yeah,
The worst game of the generation.
It could be. It could be. We'll find out. We'll find out.
We'll find out soon. I mean, if you're listening to this, spoiler alert, the next episode we're going to post is going to be Prime 4, and it'll be posted soon. So again, this whole ending conversation here that we've had,
it's an interesting time capsule.
But yes, it's a nice time capsule for where we're at in the moment right now, recording this in August 2025. So we'll see you on the other side with Prime 4.
We did it, though.
We did do it.
We played all the Prime games in preparation for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
Now if I write another article that says Prime games are boring, I have ground to stand on.
You have a valid opinion now. I think that does it for our discussion of Metroid Prime 3 Corruption in this episode of Chapter Select. Thank you all so much for listening. If you would like, you can check out Logan's writing about Metroid Prime 4 over at comicbook.com. He's going to write the review. He's going to write all post-game coverage. He's going to become the biggest fan.
I will not be doing.
So go check all of that out over there. And for my stuff, go over to maxfrequency.net. That's where you can check out the other podcasts that I do. Logan comes on that show every year. It's always a fun time. He already did his episode this year, so we'll have to wait till next time. But you can check all that out. It's maxfrequency.net. But thank you all so much for listening to this episode. And until next time, adios.